Hey guys, in this episode I'm going to be reviewing the 4-inch Eggrobo figure from Jakks Pacific. To start off, I want to talk about the figure itself, and then I'll get to the accessory a little bit later. And let me just give you guys a nice 360 of the figure itself. That way you can see it from all angles. This figure is actually one of my favorites Jakks Pacific has ever made as part of the Sonic line. I just think they did a really good job capturing Eggrobo here. So the first thing you may notice is that he actually is missing his eyeballs, which is really strange. For whatever reason, Jakks just did not paint the little black dots, the pupils on his eyes. I'm not sure why, it's a little odd, but it honestly doesn't bother me a whole lot. I honestly didn't even notice it was missing it took me like a long time to figure it out it was missing. Here is a nice top-down view of what he looks like, and here is a view from the bottom. As you can see, there's actually some really nice detail on the shoes here, which I'm very glad they did. Alright, let me get into the actual articulation now. Just as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert when it comes to figures, but I'll try my best to kind of, explain it and how it works. I may get some of the terms wrong, so just keep that in mind. So as you can see, there's a hinge here, so his entire arm, is on this little ball hinge. This can also swivel, which is really cool. So there's quite a lot of motion right here already. But then there's another hinge here, right where this little white circle is. So yeah, that can go all the way up or all the way down, but it can also twist, which I didn't know until much later. I don't know how, I just never noticed that. So that can go all the way around too. So there's already like a whole lot of articulation just there itself. But it gets even crazier. The hand can also move, and it's on a ball joint, but it's a little limited, as you can see. It doesn't like to go past this, so there's very little movement here. But you can swivel it all the way around, which is really nice. And the other arm is exactly the same, except for the hand mold is different, and that is so he can hold the gun, which I will show in a bit. So as articulation goes, it's actually really nicely done here. There's a lot of possibility for posing. I like to put his arms kind of like this sometimes on his hip. I just think it looks pretty cool. Now the legs are almost very similar. As you can see, it's got the same sort of ball with the hinge, and this also rotates just like the arms do. I believe is this a joint? If it is, yeah, okay, it is. So yeah, so this is just like the white circle part on the hands. This can also move, which is good. And I believe it cannot swivel like the other ones. So remember how I said these can swivel like this? For the legs, you cannot do that, so just keep that in mind. However, the shoes themselves can swivel, like this entire part can, just not this little white section. The shoes actually have more articulation too. Not only can they spin, but they can actually move back and forth, which is really nice. So there's definitely lots of customization you can do here. Oh yeah, and lastly, the head here can swivel all the way around, though mine gets a little stuck right here. It gets kind of hard to spin, but then it gets free the further you go along. And it'll probably just get better the more times I use it. I just normally don't twist it all the way around, but it definitely can. So yeah, head is really good. You don't even notice a gap or anything, which I really like. And the jetpack, there's no detail on the bottom, unfortunately. But it does move around, although I'm not sure it's supposed to. Let's see if I can get this on camera. But it kind of is weird, like when you get around this section, it kind of wants to snap back. Eventually, you see that? It reaches the point where it kind of snaps back. That's what I was kind of trying to show. So yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not sure if it comes off entirely. I honestly don't want to risk it, but it might. If I remember, I think I saw someone made a post where they had showing it where it could come off and on, but I don't think you're supposed to, and I personally don't want to risk that for mine. Jakks figures can be fragile sometimes, and I don't want to take that risk. But yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the accessory. So this is what Eggrobo comes with, and it's of course his blaster. Really nicely done. It is a little cheap feeling, but not too bad. There is nice little blue paint here, and then the circles are, the black is painted around. So yeah, it's really nice. I like the cord here. So yeah, it's pretty well done, I'd say. And of course, you can fit it into his hand. I believe you have to slide it in like this. Slide it in this way, then twist it. There we go. Yeah, see where his finger goes through the handle here? That's what I was trying to do. Alright, now that's not coming off. Unless I really shake it. Now you will notice it is a little loose sometimes, so mine here is not too bad, but the weight of this gun can make the arm go down sometimes. I think it just depends on your posing and stuff, because just the weight of it will cause it to go down. And it kind of depends on your figure too, just how they come in the factory. Sometimes they are looser than others. Mine here, it works mostly, but here we go. You see how it doesn't want to stay up at this angle? And it's not a fault of me really, it's just the figures are just loose. And often, you'll have stuff like that. It will probably vary from figure to figure, honestly, on where he can hold it. But as you can see, he can hold it, and it does look pretty sweet. But yeah, I think that's about it for this review. Very great figure. I highly recommend this one. Like I said in the beginning, this is one of my favorites Jakks has ever done, so definitely like this one a lot. I really don't have any complaints, other than I wish this was a little less loose, because it makes it hard to pose the gun in the air sometimes. And I wish they would have painted his pupils on. Even though it doesn't bother me a whole lot, I still would have liked that extra detail. I'm so glad they did the shoes, and articulation is fantastic. Oh, and maybe detail on the bottom would have been nice. Even just plain orange, something to indicate its thrusters would have been nice. But other than that, those are really my only complaints with this figure. It's a very nice one, and I am so glad to have it for my collection. But yeah, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an excellent day. See ya!